Hello and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. So it's been a bit of a weekend, hasn't it? It's been a bit of a weekend, and given the fact that that woman, as everybody calls me, is obviously running a YouTube channel, I thought I'd stick my 5 pennies in to the subject. So before we get on to the meat and bones of this video, don't forget, make sure that you've subscribed, make sure that you've hit the bell for all notifications, and don't forget to sign up for your Visit Fylde Coast email newsletter, and then you'll get updated about all the latest nice stuff, all the pleasant stuff that's happening here in the Fleetwood to Blackpool to Lytham area. You can get that at visitfyldecoast.info/newsletter. So, I deliberated over what to call this video. I did a little bit of keyword research, as any good YouTuber should do, before they start off. And the ones that were coming up as the most popular titles were the ones that were the most sensational, which is not unusual, it's not different, is it? And in the end, I settled on, why can't people be kind? And I'm filming this on a Monday morning, which is the day of our normal beach clean. Take my ivies off because I didn't need to be dressed in orange. And I'm sat here talking to you, and the beach is full of people that are wearing high-vis vests. There's about 45 people turned up this morning to spend the time picking litter up off a public beach. And I'm a firm believer that most people in this country are mostly kind. So perhaps why can't the media be kind would be a better title for the video. So if you're a regular viewer, you'll know that I've kept complaining in the last few weeks about negative bias. And negative bias is that thing where all the social media channels reward people for being, well, unpleasant generally. So if you've got something that's sensational and something that's negative generally and a bit trouble causing and kind of you know what I'm trying to say, don't you? That always ends up getting pushed to the top of the algorithms. And I think the same thing's happening with these riots that have been going on this weekend. So I didn't know anything about it until Friday, because I don't follow that kind of Facebook page and I don't interact with that kind of content. So on Saturday, I went off in the garden with T-Boy in training, and we did our gardening jobs that we've been trying to do. And I just left them all to it. I thought, I am not going to Blackpool chasing people around with a camera that are rioting, in inverted commas, and giving them airtime and giving fuel to the fire. So I had a very, very quick look as bits and bobs came up on my social media feed on Saturday night, and thought, I haven't got patience. And to be honest, I've just kept away from it. I haven't watched any of the vlogs on YouTube. I've just seen literally odd little clips that have sort of washed up to me on my Facebook feed as I've gone through it. I spent 10 minutes in the garden yesterday with Kevin, and I'd been having a look at TikTok. Well, what can you say? And there were a few live protests taking place that came up, and I just kept reporting them all as being clickbait. I thought, get lost, you can take your clickbait with you. But in the old days, they used to say that sex sells. Well, sensationalism obviously does as well. So all your social media feeds and everything, like things like riots and the news and everybody. And to be fair, we all like scandal. I like a bit of scandal. But the way that it always surfaces to the top and it always comes up with a fanfare, there's no wonder that these hooligans and far-right groups and all the rest of it are all getting all that oxygen to the cause. And it's just like it's being cool. It's cool to be unkind. Like when you were at school and it was always cool to smoke and drink down the back of the bike sheds, and the cool hard kids used to be the ones that were you know, doing everything wrong, and people like me were always the swats and the nerds. And those are now probably either seriously ill or dead, and touch wood, I'm not. But I don't know what you'll think. It's that kind of stuff that leads to what we saw this weekend. And people are they're not looking objectively at what they're seeing on social media. All this rubbish is coming up to the top because the social media companies benefit from it, the creators benefit from it, and it's like rewarding bad behaviour. And I really, really firmly believe that most people in this country are decent, kind, and normal people that have got decent ways of behaving and decent morals. But yet it's been portrayed that we're all racist, unpleasant thugs that just like scandal mongering. And I just don't think it's true. But one thing I will bet you, I bet you any money that this video that I've made saying stop doing it and focus on things that are better, nicer, kinder, more tolerant. Social media companies stop feeding all this rubbish up to the top of the pile. I'll bet you a pound to a penny that this video hardly gets any views compared to the ones that are glorifying all the riots. I mean, it's just been appalling way that people have been carrying on. And I bet if you did a straw poll of people in Britain, that 90% of people at least would say that it shouldn't have happened, and that it's just not fair. It's just out of hand. But it does prove one thing. It proves that we're all fed up of politicians. It proves that we're all fed up of people who are in power and lead our country and lead our public organisations, doing what they think they can get away with, what they think will make them look popular, what they think will make them voted in. And I think most people, most decent, ordinary people just want to be treated fairly. They just want to be treated properly, and they want to be treated fairly. You know, most of us get up in the morning, we go to work, we do a fair day's work, and we just want to live a normal, decent life and enjoy our family and our friends and our leisure time and live in a nice country. And it is a nice country. Compared to many, many others, it's an absolutely fabulous country. But like everything, there's always got to be a minority that spoil it for others. So there you go. That's my 2p on the subject. That's my 2p on the subject. So what do you think? What do you think? Pop a comment underneath. Let us know in comments what you think. Let us know whether you've been glued to the social media coverage about the riots this weekend, or whether you've just done what I've done and switched it off. Hopefully somebody somewhere will get a grape, and I think it was John Major that said he was going back to basics. Perhaps not the same catchline or the same sentiment, but we need to go back to just being kind, don't we? We need to just be kind. So, I don't normally get on my soapbox. I don't normally stray into kind of political subjects. I don't think that's overtly political. I don't think it's a political point of view. I think it's just a normal mainstream point of view that gets quashed by all the sensationalist rubbish. So until next time, when it will no doubt be back to something more light-hearted and seaside based, we will see you later. Bye for now.